tomorrow we're going to go get Connecticut.
So honestly, how do you quickly adjust when you
5 wins in a row. It's about a group that's been punched in the mouth by injuries, written off as too young, too raw, too thin, and yet, here they are, standing taller every night. When Natasha Howard said the team's depth is huge, it wasn't just filler. It was reality. This roster was designed so that if one player falters, 2 more are ready to rise. And that's exactly what's happened. Every night, someone different swings the game. Boston controlling the paint. Howard bringing defensive toughness and veteran poise. Cunningham sparking energy and fearless threes. McDonald igniting pace and pushing tempo. This is what makes the Fever scary. You can't game plan to stop just one. The defensive mindset defense. 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 It's become the non-negotiable currency of this Fever identity. Stephanie White said it herself. We've become a more disciplined defensive team. We disrupt. We dictate. And in crunch time, our versatility.
Sophie, till late in the third quarter, you guys were struggling offensively in that frame. Second half in general, did it feel the same as the first half on that end? Did something change for you guys? What did you see as
Number 1 crunch time defense in the WNBA over the last 10 games. Players attribute it to communication, AB barking orders like a linebacker, Howard directing traffic, everyone on a string. Trust, they don't care who closes the possession, only that someone does. Growth, they've taken lumps earlier in the season, but those scars have hardened them. Sophie Cunningham said it best, blunt and unfiltered. We shouldn't even be getting down to the wire. We're too good for that. But if we do, bet on us. That's swagger backed by substance. Leadership passing, hands. The most fascinating subplot in this run is how leadership has evolved. Howard, the vet with championship rings, guiding the younger core. Boston, the rising star, balancing dominance with playmaking and vocal growth. Cunningham, the energy engine, unafraid to be the dog every night. McDonald, once searching for a home, now finding her voice as a leader. It's rare to see such intergenerational leadership mesh so seamlessly. White pointed out how Howard's quiet guidance complements Boston's loud presence. One pulls teammates aside, the other shouts across the floor. Both are essential. McDonald's redemption arc. If there's one story that feels cinematic, it's Aari McDonald's rebirth. From hardship contract to being cut, from bouncing between systems to dropping a career-high 27 points, she's redefining herself. And she's not just a spark plug. She's become a floor general, studying film, dissecting defenses, and unlocking chemistry with Boston in the pick and roll. I watch film to see where AB is most successful. I want to lead her to the basket where she can score comfortably. That's more than execution. That's ownership. And then there's the human layer, juggling a WNBA career with finishing a master's degree in applied behavior analysis, driven by family ties and a passion to serve kids with autism. She's living proof that basketball can be a platform for something far bigger. The mental grind of a road trip. This isn't just about X's and O's. The Fever are on a grueling stretch, 3 games in 5 days, every other night, in hostile arenas. When asked about fatigue, Cunningham didn't flinch. We know where we're at in the season. It's urgency time. Recovery, scout, consistency. That's the job. There's no excuse-making here. Only acknowledgement that this is the test every contender must pass. Culture. The invisible X factor, what separates good teams from special teams? Culture. White made it crystal clear. They don't care who gets the credit. They just want to win. They want to put each other in positions to succeed. That's not common in pro sports. And it's why the Fever have transformed from a rebuilding team into a team nobody wants to face. This culture bleeds through, in Howard's smile when praising Boston, in Cunningham's unapologetic edge, in McDonald's gratitude for the second chance, in White's steady, demanding tone. The 4-spot debate, a final nugget, came when White was asked about the most challenging position in the WNBA. Her answer? The power forward, the 4.
Why?
Because it's the position that has transformed the league.
Stewie. Collier.
Players who blur the lines between guard and forward. White explained it best. It's a four-guard league now. The fours headline the change, but point guard will always be the toughest. Still, teams now run so much through their fours. That's not just analysis. That's White revealing how she sees the chessboard and why the Fever's versatility matters. The closing hook. So, here's the truth. This Fever team was supposed to be figuring it out. Instead, they're forcing everyone else to figure them out. They're playing with a backbone, Boston, a heartbeat, Howard, a spark, Cunningham, a lightning bolt, McDonald, and a coach who won't let them settle, White. 5 straight wins. Aari McDonald, from forgotten piece to Fever catalyst basketball every season, the WNBA delivers a story of resilience. This year, one of the most shocking and inspiring transformations belongs to Aari McDonald. Just months ago, she was searching for her place in the league.
Cut.
Passed over. Labeled as a spark off the bench, but not quite a starter. Now, she's dropping a career-high 27 points, commanding one of the hottest teams in basketball, and carving out a leadership role she once thought might never come. The cut that sparked the comeback McDonald's journey has been anything but smooth. Earlier in the year, she was brought in on a hardship contract. She flashed glimpses of her speed, her tenacity, but when roster decisions came, she was let go. Howard, her veteran teammate, admitted the team felt her absence instantly. Even when she was here on hardship, she made us better. Losing her hurt. Getting her back, that changed everything. Most players would have sulked, questioned themselves, maybe even considered if this was the beginning of the end. McDonald did the opposite. She stayed ready. When Indiana called, she didn't just walk into camp. She arrived with the playbook memorized before she even landed. Head coach Stephanie White said it best. That tells you everything. She didn't need to get ready. She was ready. The speed that changes everything. McDonald's defining trait has always been her speed. Few guards in the league can match her first step, her downhill burst, her ability to push pace. But what's different now is her control. She isn't just attacking the rim wildly. She's orchestrating, reading the second line of defense, knowing when to kick, when to float, when to explode. White explained, "Before Aari, we really only had one true downhill player in Kelsey. Now with Aari, defenses can't load up on her. She's balanced us. She's opened space for AB. She sets the tone. And in crunch time, McDonald's voice is now being heard. She's not just the fastest player on the floor, she's becoming the loudest. A voice she never had before. Confidence isn't just about shots falling. For McDonald, it's about belonging. From day one here, my teammates and coaches said, play your game. That's something I was missing in my career. That gave me the confidence I needed. Now, I can run through a wall for these teammates." Her leadership has taken root in subtle ways. Calling out sets before teammates even look to the bench. Directing Boston on where the defense is weakest in the pick and roll. Talking nonstop on defense, echoing Howard's veteran presence. She admits she didn't always feel comfortable being this vocal. But in Indiana, she's been empowered to grow into it. I haven't had that before. But here they want me to lead. So I'm finding my voice, slowly but surely. The career night that announced her arrival, every redemption story, has a turning point. For McDonald, it came when she erupted for 27 points, a career high that forced the league to take notice. That night wasn't just about buckets. It was about her control of the game. She didn't force shots. She picked apart the defense. She attacked when the lane opened, kicked when the double came, and never stopped pushing pace. When the buzzer sounded, the stat line said 27 points. But the real number was one player who had completely redefined her career in a single performance. Beyond basketball, purpose in education, what makes McDonald's arc even more powerful is what she's doing off the court. While most players use rare downtime to rest or recharge, McDonald is still in school, working on her master's in applied behavior analysis. The reason? It's personal. She has family members with autism, one nonverbal, one high-functioning, and parents who dedicated their lives to working in schools. Education's always been important to my family. I promised my parents I'd finish my degree. I didn't do it the first time at Arizona, But now I'm using my W resources to finish. I want that in my back pocket for life after basketball. Think about that. A professional athlete grinding through the WNBA season, still logging into coursework, still writing papers, still pushing herself academically. It's a reminder that McDonald isn't just building a career. She's building a legacy. Homecoming in Los Angeles as fate would have it. McDonald's rise comes just as she returns to Los Angeles, where she once wore a Sparks jersey, and where tonight, her family will fill the stands. There's no bitterness, no grudge. Only perspective. I'm a Cali kid. The Sparks gave me an opportunity, and I'm grateful. No ill will. I still talk to some of the girls.
But tonight?
It's about competing. That's redemption in its purest form, not revenge, but reinvention. The new face of Fearlessness McDonald's story is a reminder of what the Fever are becoming, a team defined not by what they've lost, but by who they've found. A star in Boston, a steadying vet in Howard, a fiery spark in Cunningham, and now a lightning bolt in McDonald. Her speed, her confidence, her purpose, they've shifted the Fever from a rebuilding story into one of the most dangerous teams in the league. And the scariest part? She's just getting started. Fever rising, from adversity to playoff contender for months, the Indiana Fever were seen as a team in transition, young talent, a few veterans, and a coach tasked with steering a rebuild. But somewhere between heartbreak and hustle, something shifted. 3 season-ending injuries, roster shakeups, hardship contracts. By all logic, this team should have folded. Instead, they've surged. They've ripped off wins that no one expected. They've forged an identity that screams resilience. And now, for the first time in years, the Fever aren't just fighting. They're threatening the playoff picture. The emotional toll that became fuel. No team wants to lose players, let alone 3 to season-ending injuries. Stephanie White didn't hide it. She called it heartbreaking. But she also set the tone in the locker room. We've been dealt a tough hand, but we still have to play it. And the Fever did. Those losses didn't fracture the team. They galvanized them. Bench players stepped into starting roles. Role players stepped into starring moments. And suddenly, the underdog Fever became the dangerous Fever. Natasha Howard explained it best. We could have hung our heads. But instead, we chose to fight. We chose to lift each other up. That's who we are now. Boston's evolution, from rookie to anchor at the center of it all, is Aaliyah Boston. A year ago, she was the celebrated #1 pick, a Rookie of the Year, and a young star still learning the pro game. This year, she's the anchor, the player every defensive game plan starts with, and the one her teammates look to for stability. Her chemistry with McDonald has unlocked new dimensions. With McDonald pushing pace and forcing defenses to collapse, Boston is seeing cleaner looks, deeper seals, and more one-on-one opportunities. White put it plainly, Aaliyah doesn't just impact the game with her touches. She impacts it with her presence. She's become our balance, our calm. And the best part? She's still just scratching the surface. The veteran glue, Natasha Howard. While Boston represents the future, Natasha Howard represents the foundation. Her championship pedigree, her defensive instincts, her ability to guard multiple positions, these are the traits that have stabilized Indiana through every storm. She's vocal, but also calculated. She knows when to challenge, when to encourage, when to set the tone. It's not about me, Howard said. It's about us. I know what it takes to win, and I'm making sure we all feel that every single day. On the court, she's their most versatile defender. Off it, she's the one players gather around when things get heavy. She is, in every sense, the glue. The edge. Sophie Cunningham's fire. If Howard is the steady hand, Sophie Cunningham is the spark. Her toughness, her grit, her willingness to mix it up, it's contagious. Every team needs a player who isn't afraid to be the villain on the road, who dives on loose balls, who gets in opponents' faces. For Indiana, that's Sophie. Her shooting stretches the floor. Her swagger stretches the team's confidence. And she knows her role. I don't care about being liked. I care about winning. And I'll do whatever it takes to help us win. McDonald's X Factor. The Fever had speed before. They had shooters. They had size. But with Aari McDonald, they have an X factor, a guard who completely changes the rhythm of the game. Her ability to push tempo, collapse defenses, and ignite runs has transformed Indiana from a team trying to keep up into a team dictating pace. She gives us something we didn't have, White said. An edge.
A gear.
She's fearless. And in the playoffs, that kind of guard can swing entire series. Identity forged in fire, what makes this Fever team different isn't just talent. It's identity. They defend. They talk. They run. They believe. They've taken adversity, 3 devastating injuries, and turned it into something unshakable. Trust. Trust that the next woman up will be ready. Trust that Boston will anchor. Trust that Howard will steady. Trust that McDonald will ignite. Trust that Cunningham will fight. That identity doesn't just win games. It travels. It holds in the playoffs. The playoff picture, why no one wants Indiana, here's the truth. No top seed wants to see Indiana in the first round. They may not have the star depth of Las Vegas or the established machine of Connecticut, but they have something dangerous: momentum and belief. They're battle-tested. They've survived the league's toughest gut punches. They've learned how to close. And now, they're peaking at the right time. The Fever aren't just trying to make the playoffs. They're trying to shake them. Looking beyond this season, even if the Fever's run ends earlier than fans hope, this stretch has already rewritten their future. Boston is the franchise cornerstone. McDonald is proving she can be the backcourt partner Indiana has been searching for. Howard provides a veteran presence essential to sustain growth. Cunningham gives the grit, the edge, the toughness. And perhaps most importantly, Stephanie White has proven she can lead a group through chaos into cohesion. What once looked like a rebuild now looks like a launch. A final thought: from forgotten to feared, the Indiana Fever have been overlooked, underestimated, even written off. But they've turned pain into purpose, doubt into drive. This isn't just a streak. It's a statement. A statement that the Fever